up? It's your boy DJ Infamous. Talk to me. Nah, smoke with me. Another edition of the Smoke Me podcast with my light-skinned brother from the Bay, a.k.a. Billy D, a.k.a. Tell him.
Man, the Wolf of Weed Street, man. Back on y'all, man, with Wavy Crockett, man. Back on y'all with Wavy Crockett, man.
What's up, baby? You good?
I'm good, man. Feels good to be in L.A., man.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. The L.A. edition of our podcast series is dope. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the good quality of cannabis out here. Whew. You know, it's different.
Nah, for sure, man.
It's different.
It's one of the meccas.
And I'm enjoying the weather. You know what I'm saying? And I like the West Coast, man. Yeah. It was different from Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? It's different being in Atlanta.
Weather, the food, the climate, the weed.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
all of that.
You know, we definitely when you come to LA, you definitely have to come see an icon from LA.
Most definitely got to see an icon.
One of the brothers who helped build LA, who helped, you know what I mean, bring that unforgettable, you know what I mean, reputation on LA. Right. This is one of the building blocks of LA, man. One of if you go back to his original history, damn near when the Crips started was when you was moving around. So, man, you know, it's always the pleasure to have a guest on the show, man. But this one means a lot to me because
most definitely.
He definitely is an icon in the culture, an icon in the movement. You know what I mean? He's got a book. He's got a lot of
two books.
My bad, 2 books. Look, I'm already fucking up. Fucking up. 2 books. He's got an incredible story that we're gonna get into. He's got a cannabis brand, LA Kingpins, that we're gonna get into.
And it's funky too. I smelled one. Yeah.
But again, man, this is a pleasure to be down here in LA shooting and to have an icon in LA, a legend in the industry, a legend on the street, just an overall icon, man. The real Rick Ross, man. Freeway Rick Ross, man. How you doing, brother?
He's in the building.
I'm well.
What's going on, brother?
I'm good.
You good?
How you doing?
Man, we good, man. We got you on the podcast. We great.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is definitely a legendary moment. We appreciate you being on. You know what I'm saying? It's a new platform that we trying to, have a platform for us. You know what I'm saying? That we can bring on.
We need that.
Yeah, tell stories, educate, business. Everything in the space, to educate people and further push the culture forward. So we definitely appreciate you for being on.
Yeah, man, before we get started, I want to shout out Hayes Radio, Hayes TV
Radio,
Network,
Hayes TV,
man.
Yes.
Our new headquarters down here in LA, man.
Believe that.
It's a blessing to be down here with Hayes, man. Shout out Hayes Radio, Hayes TV Network.
Yes.
When you're here in LA, make sure, you stop by. If you're in Van Nuys or in the Valley, stop by the #1 dispensary in the Valley, Circle Cannabis Co. in Van Nuys. Come get a selection of the best products, Winter Circle Genetics products, as well as some of the other brands out here. And we're trying to get LA Kingpins in there too, man.
Done.
You know what I mean? We'll get into that.
And okay? I'll be there.
Yeah. I would love for you to come do an in-store for us, man.
In-store.
And talk to the people, man.
In-store.
Kiss the babies and shake their hands, man.
Done. I love that.
So when you're in Vegas, though, tell them what you do when you're in Vegas, man.
Listen, when you're in Vegas, this is what y'all do. Don't go to the hotel. Don't go gambling. Don't do any of that. What you need to do is go to Hardin Cannabis Dispensary in Las Vegas. Listen, we got the best flower, the best concentrates, the best edibles, the best pre-rolls, top of the line products. Like I tell you, out of towners, you land in Las Vegas, go straight there, then go check into the hotel room and get the Infamous pack. It's a combination of everything. It'll have you right for your whole vacation stay. I promise you. You'll go home happy. You'll go home relaxed. You'll go home, hopefully you don't lose too much money, but you'll be good. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, man. You know what? I keep thinking about this. We got the Infamous Party Pack.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I love Adam and Zach over there, man. Where's the real Wolf of Weed Street pack at, man?
We need to get you a
my shit ain't on the menu.
We need to call it Wolf Pack.
Where the Wolf Pack
That's
at,
what we
man?
need to do. That's what we got to do. That's what we do. We're going to Vegas in a couple weeks.
We keep talking about the Infamous Party Pack. Where the Wolf Pack at, man?
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, my pack is, the party pack. Yeah. Yours may be like a laid back pack. You know what I'm saying? But nah, real talk.
Not with a name, the Wolf.
Yeah, for sure.
Facts. Yeah, don't let this nigga fool you, boy. This nigga, listen, he'll smoke me under the table, edible me out of the table, all that. Still talking about let's go to the club.
Yeah, the Wolf sound like it's gonna jump out at you.
Yeah, he will. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
So let's get into it, man. Let's get into it, man. One of the first questions I had for you was, how did you get that name, Freeway?
Oh man. That go way back, man. I was like 18 years old, and I started low riding, and this brother named Jay Clayton, he started calling us the Freeway Boys, and you know, Jake was pretty powerful in the streets, you know, had a long reputation, and it just stuck. You know, it was a negative name. You know, we didn't like it. You called us that. We want to fight. Like,
right.
Motherfucker, you just cussed me out. Get it up. But you know, after a while, you know, it started to get cool. You know, and just stuck. You know?
Right.
So, but yeah, Jay Clayton, rest in peace, is the one that gave us that name.
Yeah, man. When I thought of Freeway, I just thought it was like, man, well, like, because he was moving shit. Like, that's why they named him Freeway.
Or quick with
That's
it.
what the police and the news and everybody tried.
That's what they tried to say.
But it was really, you know, Jay Clayton.
Shit.
We started when I first started going to the street races. You know, right after I quit playing tennis, I found myself going to the street races, and you know, I started messing with all the dudes with the fly cars and trying to figure out how I can get me one of them joints.
Right.
And Jay Clayton, you know, we started hanging out with him a little bit, and he started talking about our cars. You know, we come to street races, he clown us, and you know, be the junkie ass Freeway
But y'all had
Boys.
like big blocks. What was y'all racing back then?
We wasn't racing. We was low riding. We was jumping up and down and round. You know, I had a convertible '66
Okay.
Impala.
Nice. You had hydraulics on it and all that?
Yeah.
Because you know in the Bay,
it wasn't painted though. I never put no paint on that joint, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have kept my car. You know, when I started selling cocaine, I got mad at the car. You know.
You got mad at it?
Yeah, it kept me broke, man.
Yeah, the motherfuckers is money pits.
Oh, yeah.
Man, them low riders, especially when you hopping them and
Right.
you know, and you trying to, you know, I was chroming the whole bottom. My whole bottom of my car was chromed, and the motor was chromed, so I put a lot of money. I'm out stealing every night, you know,
Right.
stealing cars every night to do this.
To get the parts, right.
Yeah, and then I almost, you know, I caught a GTA. I had a chop shop, and I almost went to prison for a long time. And I was like, damn, you did all this for a car.
All that for the whip.
You need your ass kicked.
See, that's the difference, like, from L.A. and the Bay. Like, you know what I mean? We was riding old schools with big blocks and shit like that. And y'all was on the low riders. We was Grand Nationals and, you know what I mean? Like, we didn't really get into the low rider thing. I liked it, though.
Well, we started doing the hot rod thing later on, you know, after we got a little older and once we started having money, you know, we started doing the low rider. I had a pro stocker.
Okay.
Had a street car. You know, we started doing that too, but in the beginning when I saw them low riders, man, I fell in love. I don't know.
I still to this day
the girl and the car.
That's one of my dream. That's one of my dream cars, man.
A low rider.
A low rider, yeah. I've always wanted one ever since I've seen Snoop and Dre on the American Music Awards in '92, and they rode out on a low rider. I'm just seeing them go, and I'm just like, yo, I gotta have one of those.
Yeah, some of them low riders be so fly, man.
Yeah, man.
You know, they put a lot of money in them joints.
Right.
Now they saying they putting like 200,000 in them, man.
I
They
believe
getting
it.
motors, them good motors in them now.
I believe it.
Wow.
So let me ask you, what was it like? What was it like growing up in LA for you, man? Like before, you know, you got heavy, you know, in the streets. Like, what was life like coming up? Like,
Well, you know, when you grow up in those areas, it
Excuse me.
starts to feel like this is the way it is all over the world. You know, so
Right.
I didn't really know until later on in life that there was some different ways of living. You know,
Right.
so.
because you're around it every day, you think this the norm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, people get killed over $1, and, you know, prostitution everywhere. But for me, you know, I loved it. You know,
Right.
I enjoyed it, and I embraced it, and I started to live the life that everybody else in the hood was living.
Right.
What neighborhood was that you grew up in?
I grew up on 87 to Figueroa. The gang is the Hoover Crips. And then we got several other gangs in close proximity. You know, we got the 87 Gangsters, we got the Swans, we got the Denver Lanes, not too far away. But the most powerful gang at that time was the Hoovers.
You got some notorious Crips that came out of that neighborhood, man. Some of the, I mean, like Tukey and people like that, man. Like,
Well, I was with one last night, Tony Stacy. He just got out doing 45 years.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, we working right now on a documentary. Me, him, and a couple other brothers, Antonio, Eminem, they just got out. Antonio did like 37 years or something like that. These those long numbers. They went to jail when we was like 17, 18 years old, you know.
Right.
But these were the kind of guys that you didn't want to meet in the alley. You know?
Right, fact.
You meet them in the alley, you might not get out. So they did a lot of time and they out. And we've been talking about doing a documentary called The Evolution of Crippin', you know, where real, genuine dudes who really live the life actually talk about what happened and how you know, how they got started.
Right, their experiences and stuff.
Yeah. Man, I had a meeting today with a producer about it. We talked about that.
Nice.
And the death of Snowfall. Yeah, this day last season going down.
So, you know, I was going to leave that for a little bit later in the conversation, but since you brought it up, and, you know, I've studied you and I've studied, you know, your whole story, you know what I mean? So, you know, the listeners might not know this. Some people, you know, even when I talk to people, like I was talking to somebody a couple of days ago when I told them I was interviewing you, and I told them about the whole Snowfall situation. They're like, what? Like, what? So, you know, for the listeners who don't know, and I'm gonna let you, tell them the whole out the horse's mouth, but give them a little background on it. Like, from what I heard, you know, you had some type of meeting with John Singleton, and
several.
And after these meetings, the number one hit show that is, you know, is a reference to your life, Snowfall, and, you know, we don't get I don't see you in the credits, I don't see a consulting, I don't see, you know what I mean? So, you know, I love that show. Unfortunately, I do love the show, but can you kind of give the listeners a background about that whole John Singleton Snowfall situation?
Well, you know, when I got
Rest
out,
in peace, John Singleton, too.
Right.
When I got out, I was trying to put my movie together, you know, and I thought that, you know, John Singleton had, you know, everybody know his credits is super crazy.
Right.
And he supposedly had grown up in South Central LA, and I thought having somebody who actually lived there would be a perfect fit for the directing job.
Right.
So, you know, I ran straight to John when I got out. You know, like, look, man, you the one for this job. You should do this. You know, this movie is gonna break the box office. And he agreed that the movie was gonna be crazy. And we just started sitting down putting stuff together. You know, when my book came out, he bought one of my first books. But one day we were up at the Weinsteins, and they came out the back office and they had a variety. And it was like, John Singleton has been funded for Snowfall. Your story no longer has value. And ended that meeting, you know, and I was like, damn, John ain't even said nothing to me, you know, that he was doing a movie about drug dealing in the hood.
Right.
And it was only later on that I found out that he had actually used a lot of my stuff inside of
Script and shit.
Yeah. But, you know, that's how it is, you know. Dudes get, you know, screwed over every day, you know.
But I would think that it's nothing to just reach out and be like, yo, we using this, you know what I'm saying? We using this content that you came with, and maybe that's just me.
It's really deeper than that, really. Yeah. I mean, you know, John knew my situation. When I got out, I wasn't in the best financial shape. You know, I could have used a job.
Right.
You know,
even a consulting fee on being on set.
Anything.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, to make it more authentic.
Anything would have helped. You
Yeah,
know
to
what
make
I'm
it
saying?
more authentic.
You talking about somebody got out of jail? I had $200 when I got out of jail, so you know I was down on my luck. You know, as the rapper Rick Ross said, William Roberts said, he was down on his luck. You know, and
so I want to get into that too, but let's take them back a little bit. So, you know what I mean? What really intrigues me about your story and about anybody that's in the game is like that hustler spirit. You know what I mean? Is you know, that hustler spirit, and I feel like you embody that And you know what I mean? You embody that for a lot of people in our generation, a lot of people in the game. So
I love it. And you know how Mike want to be the best all-time basketball player.
Yeah.
Well, I want to be the best all-time hustler.
That's dope.
Yeah, that's what I want. That's my goal. You know.
So
I ain't
why?
doing it for the money.
Yeah, why? What just got you like?
I don't know.
Why?
It's just fun. You know, just something to do. Way to kill some time. You know, I'd rather do that than you know, watching TV or you know, going to a movie. You know, I'd rather just manipulate the game and see how my wits compare against everybody else's. You know, it's you know, it almost becomes Monopoly. You know, like just another game. You know, once you get to a certain level, and then it's like, how many people can I help? You know, how many people can I show how to become millionaires?
How many lives can I change?
Exactly. And I guess all that's part of it. You know, the rush, the thrill, you know, the excitement that goes with it. You know, the pats on the back. You know, the congratulations. You know, all of that is part of the motivation. You know, just like any other sport. You know. You know, why do a guy want to run a 100-yard touchdown? You know, he the cheers of the audience. So
passion.
You know, you take all that into consideration, and I guess that's what moves me.
So this is something.
And I like money too.
Facts. This is something I've always wanted to ask you too. Like, so, you know, I feel like successful people in whatever industry they're in, you know what I mean, they have to be obsessed. You know what I mean? Like, if you the best garbage man or whatever the hell you doing, like, you got to be obsessed with your job. Yeah. You know what I mean?
You do. You go to sleep with it. You dream about it. But I don't consider myself successful yet. You know, I think I'm still underachieving the things that I should be doing. You know, I've done some pretty amazing things in my life, but I don't think that I have reached my potential of what I could be doing if I had my game tighter.
So what I wanted to ask you was, back in the day when you was doing your thing, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like, you know, everybody think they a super trapper right now. Everybody think they the hustler of the year. But, you know, one of the questions I've always wanted to ask you was, what type of mindset did it take back then? Because them days, you know, them 80s and all that shit, I mean, it's not like it is now. You know what I mean? So a question I've always wanted to ask you, because I know I got older homies that's, you know, that was around in them days, them Little D, Felix Mitchell days. What mindset did it take to not, you know what I mean, not only make it through them times, but to be, you know, basically the biggest?
Well, you got to be gutsy. You know, you gotta have guts. You know, you got to be willing and ready to deal with different consequences. You know, and the consequences could mean killing somebody, being killed, or going to prison. So, you know, when you put all those things on the table, you got to be gutsy. You know, you got to be willing to take chances. And, you know, I'm a risk taker. You know, even though I don't gamble on the dice table or the card table, in business I do a lot of gambling. You know, I take a lot of chances, and I put my neck out a lot.
Yeah, man, that was something I always like, cause like I said, I got you know, a lot of older partners that was around in them times, man, and it just, the stories I heard was just crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, there's a lot of violence going on now in these streets in LA and everywhere else, but like that violence in the 80s was.
It's always dangerous, though. You're talking about guys running around with $2-3 million in duffel bags. Yeah. It's dangerous.
Right.
You know, there's somebody that feel like your money is their money, or should be their money. You know, so when you're in that line of work, you know, it's always dangerous. You know, when I was sitting in prison and I was thinking about, you know, the chances that I used to take, and not only was I willing to put my life on the line, but I put really my whole family at jeopardy, you know, because at one time, you know, they was kidnapping family members and you know, doing all kind of crazy stuff. So when you're in that game, you know, you open yourself up, you know, for a lot of things that normal people don't have to go through.
A regular civilian ain't going through.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, man. I feel like with Instagram and all the instant gratification with this PPE money and all this shit that these youngsters have had access to right now, it's like, you know, they don't know how to stay down till they come up. You know.
Yeah, staying down is a thing of the past. I think it's a lost art. You know, right now, you know, it's like make you enough money, buy you a pair of tennis shoes and a T-shirt and some jeans, and do it again tomorrow. You know? It's not like when we was coming up. You know, we wanted millions. You know, we wanted to stack our money. We wanted to see our money grow.
Right.
But I don't think this is the time. I don't know. This is kind of seem like, you know, this is, you know, the fake it till you make it. You know, like,
is the biggest I've ever seen. Like today's time is the biggest I've ever seen. Like in the 90s, you know, you didn't really see it. Early 2000s, you started seeing a little bit, but now it's everywhere. Yeah. That's everybody's, you know, thing for some reason.
Yeah, go to the store, get a uniform. You know, go get some
clothes. Get your kit.
Get some clothes from the store. Don't even take the tags off of them. You know,
starter kit.
Yeah.
Instagram starter kit.
Super crazy. Let me ask you, what was y'all smoking back then, man? What kind of cannabis was y'all on? Like, what was a popular strain?
We had the Thai bud. You know, we had the Thai bud, the indica, and the skunk. You know, we had those three.
And the skunk, them was the major ones back then.
And then what I started doing is I started mixing all three of them together. You know.
Oh, where making
chocolate Thai back then?
Yeah, they would have the chocolate Thai.
Thai stick, chocolate
they also had the Colombian, I mean, not the Colombian gold. Yeah, the
Acapulco gold.
Was it Acapulco gold? And the Jamaica. Mm-hmm. You know, we had some Jamaican weed that was pretty good. But for the most part, you know, that real killer was that Thai weed and that indica mix with that.
Okay, heavy.
And when you could get some skunk, you put that skunk in there too.
Mm-hmm.
So back then, y'all was looking down on the weed man back then, huh? Like the weed man wasn't nothing back then, huh?
Oh, no. I used to take care of the weed man.
So
he was gonna get his allowance from me every week, you know. As long as he had some weed, he run out of weed, he wasn't getting nothing.
So, you know, it's crazy.
I was a chronic smoker. You know, my habit was terrible. You know, I used to fuck it off.
So I was watching some interview with you, I can't remember, and it just made me think about the difference in times. Like, you know, these youngsters, you know, they out here grinding and doing their thing in Bentleys and Lamborghinis. Mm-hmm. And I was watching a interview with you, and you was like, man, I used to drive a hearse.
Yeah,
I used to drive a hearse around the neighborhood.
Well, you know, I didn't want to be seen.
That's my point.
Hold on, you used to drive a hearse?
It wasn't a real hearse, but, you know, I fixed it up to look like, you know, a coroner's car. So that, I don't know, you know, one day I was sitting at a stoplight.
Yeah.
And I saw this car, and I was like, damn, ain't nobody looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because they don't want to see nothing dead. So I was like, damn, that's what I need, because I don't want them looking at me. I want to be able to put my money in the car, you know, go about my business, and nobody paying me no mind.
Yeah, that was genius.
That's smart as hell.
That was genius to me. I'm like, man.
Yo, because when you think about it, when you pass it, like, hearse or something that look like a hearse, it ain't like you about to just be on it.
Nah,
you'll just pass it up, like, okay.
Yeah, you don't want to be next to him.
Yeah, that genius.
Yeah, because it gives you a sad feeling, you know, when you
Facts.
when you get close to him, you're like, damn, somebody died.
Yeah, so flash wasn't even your thing.
Nah,
I
didn't need to flash. You know, when you got the money, you don't have to flash it.
Right.
You know, you don't have to show everybody that you're rich. You know, when you're really rich. You know, but when you ain't rich, then you know, you have a tendency to overstate your hand, you know.
Right.
Like, look at me, you know, look what I got on.
Yeah, because initially I thought that was the main goal, you know, to get the money and be low with it.
Yeah, to keep it.
You know, not get it and just be. That's what I always thought. You know, I know others done it differently, but
no, I agree. But that's how I was. You know, I wanted my thing was businesses. Yeah. You know, I love businesses.
Right.
And I felt that the businesses was a way to get me out the game. You know, my blueprint came from Superfly.
Right.
Watching Superfly. So I watched Superfly. Oh, that's how he did it. So I put my blueprint together.
From Superfly the movie?
Yeah.
What businesses you were buying back then?
Oh, man, I had beauty salons, car washes,
nice.
tire shops, junkyards, motels.
Did you do any real estate stuff?
I had houses, apartments. Okay. Well, houses make good rock houses, so you know, I just buy them for rock houses. Oh, that one there vacant. Go buy that.
Right, go get
good
it.
spot.
Right.
Ain't no neighbors. Good spot. We gonna rock and roll this
crack
one.
out of it, pump out that motherfucker.
Yeah, we're gonna do 100,000 a day in this one here. So, and then once the police raid it, you go in, clean it up, and rent it out, sell it, or whatever. Do some legit stuff with it.
Right. Man, that's smart. I'm still thinking about the damn hearse.
So back to Snowfall, man. Like, again, I think like not all the listeners kind of really know the majority of your story.
Where they been?
Yeah, for real.
My story everywhere.
Yeah, for real.
It's out there.
Esquire magazine, 80th anniversary.
Nice.
Over Obama. Mine was the biggest story, they say, for the past 80 years. Not to be bragging, but facts are facts.
Yeah.
LA Magazine did a phenomenal story on me in 2013 called Rick Ross is Dreaming. Documentary. Stayed on Netflix for a year and a half, front page. And if they didn't get enough then get ready for the movie. We should be shooting the movie in February. We just hired our director.
Nice.
So I'm super stoked about that.
Right.
Just riding the wave.
Yeah. So it's one part of so many different levels to the story, but I think that some of the listeners and some people I've talked to don't know the level of what you were doing. Like, they don't know that the CIA and all that shit was involved, and that whole Oliver North, and like you see that in Snowfall. I'm going back to Snowfall. You see that in Snowfall where the character is doing whatever work he's doing for the CIA.
Yeah. It's corny though the way they did it.
Yeah.
I mean, it just so unreal. I think that Snowfall got too Hollywood. To Walt Disney with it, and it just is not the way, we carried it in LA,
Yeah.
You never really see them have fun, no street races.
Right. The culture that happens out here.
No LA culture really. It's just sell dope, kill somebody, rob somebody, that was part of the life, a little bit, but one of the things that the feds found out about drug dealers is that they don't like killing. They try to stay away from violence, because they understand that violence break down the business.
Right.
And
fuck the money up.
It fucks the money up. And you can't be doing dumb shit, and then stand out on the block selling dope,
Yeah, bringing the heat on yourself.
Somebody gonna come out and pop you, Here I am, because I used to be out on the block all day, all night. I just stood out there, right on the corner. So anybody could have drove up, and then I'm running up to cars too. Car pulled up. Hey, what's up, homie? Sticking my head all in the window,
Right.
And if you out there fucking up, you can't do that. You ain't gonna make it. You ain't gonna last.
You ain't gonna last at all. Hold on, I got a hood question.
What's that?
How did it feel when you made your first million?
Oh man, I didn't even know I had $1 million when I made my first $1 million. Man.
Oh shit.
I was just making money, putting it in a shoebox, right? I was eating Taco Pete burritos. At that time, they was like 50 cents. So I get 2 of them a day. My boy would get 2. You know what I'm saying? And the rest of the money, we was driving a Volkswagen.
$1 a day on food.
And you wasn't counting it as in the beginning.
Man, just throw that shit in the shoebox. It ain't going nowhere. It ain't going nowhere. Why you gonna count it?
Yeah.
Man, Mom's counted our first $100,000. When she found it, and it was like, damn, Mom's found our bread, and we didn't even know we had $100,000. It was like, damn, man, we got $100,000.
Right.
I mean, we thought we was rich. We really rich now.
Right.
Yeah, so when I knew that I had $1 million, it was like, wow, man, we made it.
Shit. I could get 10.
We cheer.
It was like I could get 10 after I made that first one.
And that's exactly, because I only wanted 5. You know, when we started, we only wanted 5,000.
Yeah.
We was going to buy some rims. We was going to buy some Zeniths for the car.
Right.
Put a paint job on it. I was going to cover all that chrome up with some nice gold paint.
Mm-hmm.
And, man, the money started coming so fast. And you was like, I quit at 5.
Right.
Let's get 20.
Right. And then it kept going.
Then you get 20, you know, it's coming even faster. So you're like, wow, why stop at 20? Let's get 100. And then, you know, next thing you know, you just stuck.
Right.
You know,
you're stuck at a certain level?
No, you on like a dope fiend. You
stuck.
You gotta have it every day.
Yeah.
You just as addicted as the knock.
Give me that.
Just as addicted as the knock.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't got 100? Oh man, damn.
100.
You mad? Hey, you mad? 'Cause you can't buy 100 of them, man. Y'all
right.
When you gonna get some more?
You done already calculated what you was gonna make off that 100.
Yeah.
You done already, man, I know I'm clearing this off that hundo.
Facts.
Easy.
Now you shorted me.
Yes.
That's
yeah, those are some crazy times, man. Those are some crazy times back then, man.
These some crazy times now, though, man.
Yeah.
We got so
Speak
much
on
stuff,
that for a minute.
We got so much stuff going on right now, you know, with all these youngsters. I don't know, man. You know, when you look at the stuff that's going on with the rappers getting killed and
it's a lot, yo.
PMP Rock got killed right over there in my hood. You know, that's my hood.
Right.
You know, that's where I grew up at. And you're like, wow, what is going on with these dudes, you know?
Youngster, and didn't he have his dad with him? And that's what I seen on the news.
Something like that. I don't know all the details.
I know it's getting crazy out there.
To the murder, but, you know, you would think that these guys would get some money and have some fun.
Right.
You know, I mean, that's really what having money is for, is to buy the finer things in life.
Right.
Know?
Have fun and enjoy.
Put yourself in a position to really live, or, you know, or to help somebody else live if you don't want to live. You know, let somebody else live it with your money.
But it also hurts people too. It also hurts people's decision making. You know what I'm saying? Mindset. Like, I mean, I just feel like it's a crazy time, man. It's like, especially with the rappers, it's always something.
Yeah, beefing. You know,
leading to some kind of shooting or some kind of, like, I've never seen it at a rate like, we've never seen it at a rate like this before, ever.
Oh no, almost every week a rapper gets killed.
Yeah, it's something. Yeah, it's crazy.
Or arrested.
It's crazy.
Or arrested for sure, man.
Yeah, the rest part that's easy. We can deal with that one.
Right.
You know, but that killing, man, with it, there ain't no coming back from that.
Nah,
once you do that, it's over with, man. But you know, it's definitely a time that a person has to be careful, you know, and really calculate their moves. You know, what is your next move? Where are you going from here?
Right.
Yeah, where are your fucking surroundings?
So let me ask you, what made you want to get in the cannabis space? Like, what made you, for the people that don't know?
Tell them about your brand too.
I really wasn't planning on getting into cannabis, man. That was not part of my plan when I was in prison, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I was doing my time in Texarkana, and I didn't get no California newspapers, you know, and all that, so I didn't know weed was legal.
Right. Oh, you ain't know at all?
No, you know, it's almost like the when you know, while we celebrate Juneteenth, you know, because they in Texas, the slaves didn't know they was free,
right?
You know, so they was still being slaves, and that's how I was. I didn't know that cannabis was legal in California. So when I get out, and I remember the first store I go to, right, was downtown. Big store too, it was big, man, and my man was like, "Come on, man." I was on parole too, so I was like, man, I ain't going up in there.
Right.
I was like, man, it's legal.
Right, like, you good.
Yeah, I was like, man, I don't care. I'm still not going up in there. So I finally, you know, got the courage up to go up in there, and I looked around. I was like, man, they doing it like this here. But I never thought that day that I would be involved with weed. But, you know, then 6.5 years later, 7 years later, I'm off parole. You know, I got an early release on parole, and partners was like, man, they got a high time event out in San Bernardino. Why don't you come ride with me?
Right.
I was like, nah, I don't want to be around them weed people. Yeah, so because I'm still, I'm still kind of like
fresh out a little bit.
Yeah, still fresh, but with the mindset of weed was a gateway drug.
Right.
Okay, if I start with weed,
yeah,
I'm gonna be back with cocaine.
Right.
And that's the only thing that can derail my plan. Cause I came up with a motherfucking plan in the penitentiary that is just crazy. I ain't exercised it yet, but it's starting to come to fruition. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna see more and more of it as the days go by.
You heard it here first.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So I'm thinking that weed would be like a gateway drug for me. Next thing I know, I'll be back selling cocaine.
Right.
I'm like, shit, that weed money ain't gonna be enough for me. I want some crazy money.
Right.
So I go out there, man, and my boy was like, man, I bet you sell all them books. So I took about 6 boxes of books out there, man. They bought every book.
Everyone.
I was like, damn. And they just treated me with so much love, man. They was giving me, it was crazy, right? Because I don't know I'm going to the place, but it's people out here telling me that they made stuff for me. I'm like, how the fuck you make something for me and I didn't even know I was coming?
You was coming. Right. That's crazy.
It was like, you vegan? I know. Try this here. This vegan. I made it. So, next thing I know, man, I'm high as a kite.
Yeah.
And I see them dudes putting out like wads of money. Then they got trash bags of weed on the table. And then they got jars that you can see through. And the police is just like standing there watching.
Just
making sure they don't get robbed. I'm like, what? Like this? So,
I know that was like culture shock seeing that shit.
Right.
It was. They called me on the stage too, asked me to speak. So I got up and I spoke. I told them some crazy shit like, man, in the 80s, they'd have locked all y'all ass up.
Right.
So everybody just laughed about that. That was so funny. But then on the way home, I came up with a plan. I was like, man, you know what? Fuck that.
Right. You go ahead and do it.
I'm in.
Because, I know you had to be like, if I can move coke, this is a piece of cake. Man, especially today.
This weed business is so sweet.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
let me
sweeter than bad meat.
Let me tell you how I feel about it, though. I feel like as much as he's done for the culture, like they got to give him his weed flowers.
Right.
Like they got to. Like, how can you be a dispensary and not have him on the shelf? You know what I mean? For all that he's done for the game, for all he's done for LA.
This game is still racist, though. Like, this is racially motivated.
You're right.
And even worse than that, because not only is it racist, but it's kind of like bigot. Like, how bigots are. They only fuck with people that's well off. So,
right.
And that's kind of how this game is. If you ain't got no bread, they really don't fuck with you. You ain't getting no shelf space. Like, shelf space.
Check. They want that check.
Yeah, shelf space hard to come by in this motherfucker. So,
speak on some difficulties that you've had just in the cannabis industry, and and do you because I feel like you don't get the love that you deserve in the cannabis industry. But what type of difficulties have you had in just navigating through the cannabis industry?
Well, first of all, the way they do the cannabis now, the way you get in stores. Is difficult because they want to email, no person to person, and I love it though, because these dumb motherfuckers, they don't understand that person to person, once you got that commitment with somebody and they become your customer, they your customer until you fuck them off.
Right. Right, they there with you.
They fuck off a customer they don't even know. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They never even get to know their customer. So the way it's so impersonal, the buyer ain't here.
Drop the samples off with the buyer.
No, take the email. Yeah. Take the email address.
Email the buyer.
And email the buyer. And it's just so much more complicated than it was when it was with the street. And what really tripped me out is how they trying to lock the streets out. All the dudes that started this shit, made this shit what it is today. They trying to put them out the business like, oh, you can't fill out the applications. You ain't got a computer, so you can't be in the business. But it ain't gonna work without these dudes, man.
Yeah.
You know, these dudes started it. They ran it. You know, they ran it when it was illegal. You know, when they were still giving people 30, 40 years for marijuana, they were still making it happen.
Yeah, for sure.
So you think now you're gonna be able to shut them out? You know,
I mean, they're some of the best businessmen, some of the best marketing and branding people. You know what I mean? That's how they was able to navigate what they was doing, man. You know.
So that's some of the problems I've been having. But you know, I'm just sitting back watching the industry. You know, right now I'm in, I think I'm in 7 states. I got like 2 or 3 more states. Had a very, very good meeting in Arkansas last week.
Nice.
With some black growers down there, and we working on partnering up right now. So you know, I got a plan for him. I got a plan for that ass. For that ass. Yeah, y'all think y'all slick? He won't be as slick. We gonna see.
So let me ask you, when's the movie? I know there's a movie coming.
Yeah.
I know it's a movie coming.
We just hired my man Mike Ho. I don't know if you know who Mike Ho is, but he shoots a lot of videos for the top rappers and singers in the industry. And he'll be directing
the movie.
Freeway Ricky Ross.
That's gonna be dope.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's gonna be dope, man. Can't wait for that.
Yeah. So we gonna start looking for somebody to play my role.
I was just
now.
about to ask you that. Like, who you see like playing you? Like,
I can't tell.
You can't say it yet. You can't say it yet. That's gonna be a
this is
movie.
bad for negotiation.
Nah, I believe it.
You go to tell him, man, this who I and I done said it before, but Kim Hardy got on me really hard about it.
No, we can't do that.
You gonna make my job hard.
Right.
Can you imagine? I go negotiate with him, and they show the video with you saying you want him. I said, yeah, you right. But what I will say is that me and Mike both picked the same guy.
Dope.
Both of our number 1 picks was the same guy, so you know who you are. Don't you? Don't you know you supposed to have this role? Ain't that you that want to go up there and get that Grammy? And I'm gonna go with you.
Yeah, that Grammy, baby.
Yeah. We gonna knock this thing out the park, man. I'm thinking that this movie will probably be the biggest movie ever done. I mean, I just see that. You know, I don't know why. And you know, I predicted a few things in the past that came true. You know.
On that note, smoke break.
You did the Hardin? Oh, we did the Hardin shit.
Yeah, we did that already. Pass me a lighter, bro.
Yep.
So what we do is on the show, like every now and again on the time, we do a little smoke break. Just
Get them a time to get their joint, cause y'all been puffing the whole time. Y'all ain't stop.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all ain't stop. I done got a contact high over here.
I was gonna ask you too. I was like, shit.
I'm fucked up. I gotta drive home.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta take that time just to relight. You know what I'm saying, and just appreciate.
Get it right.
Get it right, and just appreciate good quality flower. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just a little time out. For everybody that's watching while y'all smoking with us. We be getting in the comments that people be doing the smoke break with us. Like they'll take the
light
time.
up.
They'll light up watching. Yeah, they're watching the show, man. And listen. Tell a friend, like, subscribe. We appreciate all the listeners that we got. You know what I'm saying? LA Kingpins. You know what I'm saying?
At LA Kingpins.
Yes. You feel me? We appreciate everybody that's supporting everybody on this panel right now. I just wanted to shout
You can go to Gorilla RX right now and get it too on Crenshaw. Gorilla RX. Go get it. It's a few stores in LA. I think I'm in about 3 or 4 stores right now. I was in 15 or 20. But what happened is when I laid off, on the pressing, I wasn't pressing anymore. I started going around the other states, trying to get in other states.
Right.
And it kind of like dropped off a little bit, but I'm picking it back up right now. We dropped them Ross Runts about a month ago, and they've been going crazy over them Ross Runts. Them Ross Runts is bananas.
You dropped that here in LA?
Yeah. Here in I think we got it in Oakland too at Blunts and Moore. I think Blunts and Moore is still
Shout out Tucky Blunts and Moore.
Shout out Tucky. Definitely got to get you on Tuck.
Tuck, we fucking with you, Tuck. We gonna come shoot in the town, man. We gonna shoot at the lounge, man. We gonna come chill, smoke the Simply Green with you, brother.
Yeah. So let me ask you,
Tuffy good brother.
What's some of the positives that the plant has helped you, like personally, like?
Stack of grip.
Say that again, man. Say that again.
Stack of grip. Man, I don't know where. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know where I'd be without weed. Man.
Yeah.
That shit is really like. It gave me a crutch, you know, almost like what cocaine used to do for me. Now weed does the same thing. And you know, I want a dispensary here in LA, so I'm working on that, fighting with the city tooth and nail by trying to get open. I think I got everything just about nailed down right now.
What part of the city is it in?
I'm gonna be in the valley. I'm gonna be over on Foothill, Sun Valley, and I'm also building a grow out in San Bernardino. 44,000 square foot building.
Sheesh.
We're gonna have 675 lights. You know, do the math.
Sheesh.
Y'all think I've been playing do the math?
Hey, so look, this is another question.
The Ross Runt's gonna be cheap. Ross Runt's cheap.
About to flood that thing, huh?
Yeah. Y'all better come on. We're gonna do it like the streets. You know how the street go. Whoever got the best weed, best price win.
You know what I mean? I
don't know what they be talking about. Oh, we put it in a fancy bag and we gonna charge you bullshit weed. We gonna still get $75, $80 a bag.
Yeah, I hate that.
Hey, so look.
And they put their name on it, you know. Oh, my name is Smudge, so I rap too.
Oh, I rap, by the way.
So I
pay me $85 for an eighth.
Right.
I had another question though, man. It's something that you know, I always thought about too. Like, you know, when you was doing your thing, man, and them loads that was coming in, like as big as they were, like how the hell do you catch a load that big, bro? You know what I mean? Like,
I had a crew. Man. I had like 20, 30 dudes. So, you know, we had a little system set up to where we did it. And we never had no problem catching no loads. You know, I didn't never get caught with no dope.
Yeah.
I ain't never been caught with no
conspiracy case.
Except when they set me up.
Second time.
They called me, you know, they had my guy call me. He was sitting there with the police. Hey, man, we got 700 kilos. Oh, yeah. What price?
Right.
The first motherfucking thing I said, dumbass. What price? Set up.
That was it.
Set up all the way, you know. But anyway, they had the dope. I didn't have no dope then. They had all the dope, you know. It's what they call a reverse sting, you know, where the government supplies the drugs and you supply your ass, and they lock that
was
ass
a Colombian
up.
dude set you up the second time, right?
Nicaraguan
dude.
Nicaragua.
Yeah,
That's
Nicaraguan.
cool, man.
And the cold thing is that he wasn't even supposed to be in the country. He was over here illegally.
That's dirty, boy. That's dirty right there. That one was dirty.
On the illegal green card. They took me to trial with an informant with an illegal green card and never told the jury.
That's crazy.
I got his ass kicked out, though, in the country. Because he was going to stay over here. I said, no, you ain't.
See ya.
I might get a retrial. You ain't testifying in the retrial, motherfucker, because you out of here.
I just got a great question from IG Live. IG Live, man.
What'd he say?
From the homie Milano, man. He said, who do you think the biggest dope dealer in the history of the United States was?
I don't know.
Besides yourself?
I don't know. I don't know how they could keep stats, you know, because it's underground, man. It's so much, but
how can you?
You can't really.
It's like when people
we all was going for that title, you know. We all want that title, but
But if you wasn't counting it like that, how you know what the number really was? Yeah. Sometimes you'll see on TV they give like ballpark figures, like, oh, he was worth 500 million.
Oh, don't go with the government's numbers.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like,
they
how
take
do they
a kilo and make 200,000? Yeah. Now, one time we used to make 200 off a kilo.
Right.
But that shit ended quick.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? After we started buying 5s and 10s, just started going, oh, and now you can make 160, 150, then 100, and then next thing you know, you're making 40, 50, 30, 25.
They giving motherfucking the breakdown numbers.
Right.
Yeah, they giving them breakdown numbers.
Gram for gram.
I used to be like, yo, how they
No, tenth for tenth. Because, you know, when we first started, everybody was selling tenths of cocaine. They weren't selling grams. You know, grams was too fucking expensive. You know, when I first started, a gram was like $350 for a gram of cocaine.
How much was bricks back then, bro?
I couldn't buy one. First brick I bought was $48,000.
Damn.
And the first ounce I ever bought was like 32, 33 under the ounce.
What was your first hustle, man?
My first hustle? Man, cutting grass, hustling the neighbors' bottles and aluminum cans, washing cars.
Hustling,
man.
Yeah.
I mean, I just like hustling. I don't know, I'm a miserable motherfucker, man.
Nah, but that's good.
Women sound boring. Oh, motherfucker, all you do is make money.
But hey,
and you like to spend it.
That's the thing, right? You know how to go get it. You know what I'm saying? That's a dope trade. You know how to go get it.
I enjoy it. I really, really enjoy. I just can't wait till I get up here, where I can really like start competing with these dudes, man.
Right.
The Bill Gates and the ones who really run the country. Them dudes is really popping it right now.
Really rich.
I mean, they really rich.
Really rich.
They just call the bank. Hey, I need $2 billion
real quick,
and they write the check.
Right. Didn't even ask what it's for.
I'm trying to get it. Yeah. I go bought 50,000 the other day. What you gonna do with the money?
Right.
Or like I'm gonna go buy some dope with it.
Questions, right. Right.
I ain't buying no cocaine. That's for sure.
They ask for it, shit. They just get it. Like don't even.
So I got another good question from IG, man. It's always a history of the Bay in LA, especially around them times, man.
The Bay.
Was it any Bay Area boys you rock with back from, Felix Mitchell, Lil D and them?
Lil D, my man.
Lil D.
That's my man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, D go way back. I remember when they first brought D over to my house, man. They pulled up in one of them custom vans, and I'd already been hearing about D though, before I met him. And my boy Big Mike got out the van, opened the back door up, slit the door open, and D popped out, and he's smaller than me. I'm like, damn, who's this little motherfucker? I got a motherfucker smaller than me. Yeah, but we hit it off. Me and D been cool from the get-go. But a lot of major players been in this game, man. LA full of them. Yep. And hopefully, we working, me, John Boy, Little Tommy, Neville. We really want to do a series about all of our lives together.
Nice,
maybe some of the other ones might want to come in. If they don't, I don't care. Everybody do what they do. But yeah, we've been working on that for a couple about a year now, maybe 2. I think that's going to really be interesting if we able to put it together. I mean, eventually it's gonna happen, because once my movie hit the box office and smash all the records and everybody gonna be scratching their heads.
It's gonna be on.
I should have gave him that money.
All them white boys in Hollywood.
I should have gave him that money.
I went and met with Ori Emanuel, Jeff Bird, and Spencer Boomer. The ones who run Hollywood. They'll be scratching their head. Damn, he was in my office.
Damn, I sure was just with him. Damn.
I offered him $600,000. He didn't take it.
He didn't take it. Ain't no short changing over here.
Yeah, y'all didn't believe in me.
Yeah. How was the parties back then when you got it? You just got all that bread, man. Like back when people was really partying. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's what I was saying about like with Snowfall. They don't show that
the party side, the celebration.
I mean, we partied down it every day.
Right.
Like at my house, it was
always a
barbecue. We had DJ equipment,
right?
And like the big old speakers, and what I'm saying, like the whole neighborhood could hear our parties, but nobody said nothing because they all had respect for us. We grew up over there, and they knew more than likely their kid probably was there partying with us, so they don't want no police over there.
Right.
With their kid being in the vicinity, so. It was a good time, man. We enjoyed life. You still could have a party then. You didn't have to worry about it getting shot up.
Right. What was the biggest size house that you had? That was just like stupid.
I didn't buy no house because the way I looked at the game is that I was never in a position that I wanted to be in. The biggest house I bought for $250,000 in $1 bills. The guy was like, "Man, I know you got all them $1 bills."
You said, "Hold on, $250,000 $1 bills?"
Yeah.
Dang.
So he was like, "Man, I know you got."
That shit took up this whole damn near half this table, man.
Damn,
He was like, "What's the name? Told me you got all them $1 bills. What you gonna do with them?" I said, shit, I don't know. The bank told Mama don't bring no more in there. I used to give my mom like $4,500 a week in allowance with $1 bills.
Right.
And you know, get
straight
my
meatloaf. He was getting mom's meatloaf, man.
So they was like, don't bring no more than $1 bills into the bank. They're gonna investigate you. Right. So now it was really just piling up, you know. So dude came to me. He was like, man, I got this house. I'll sell you for $250,000. I know you got all them ones. What you gonna do with them? Mm. Give them to you.
Go ahead and take these motherfuckers.
Yeah. He had about 7-8 liquor stores, so it was gonna be easy for him to
wash him through there.
Yeah, to wash him through. But that was the biggest house that
So like the big mansion thing, wouldn't you? That wouldn't like.
I hadn't got there yet. You know, see I grew up kind of different, right? Because I played tennis.
Okay.
So I really saw some big mansions.
Right.
You know, I played tennis in the backyards of people in Beverly Hills whose house now probably would be $100 million.
Right.
So when I thought about a big house, that's what I was thinking about. You know, still right now today, that's what the big house I want.
That's what you envision.
That's the kind of big house I want. You know, you buy a house in Inglewood. You know, 4 or 5 bedrooms, swimming pool. You know, nice. You know, $250,000 probably. Once I fixed it up, because the house needed fixing, I had to fix it. It wasn't ready to move in, so I had to go in and fix it up. By $500,000, $600,000. But this is in the '80s too. Right now, that same house is probably $2 million.
$2 million, right?
But it wasn't what I wanted. You know, it was like, okay, I'll stay here for a while. You know, but I ain't planning on being here forever.
So you really just maintained a really low profile all the way around.
Well, you know, I believe the way you get somewhere is in a straight line. You know, when you start stopping off, you know, partying and getting comfortable and that ain't really where you want to be comfortable at, then you kind of circumventing your growth.
Right.
You know, you slowing your growth down and I didn't want to slow my growth down. I want to go as fast as I can. I want to catch Bill Gates and Zuckerberg and them as fast as I can catch them. You know, I want to be right where they at. You know, running, give me mine first like you get theirs. You know, don't shortchange me. Yeah. Don't make me wait.
Right.
You know, I done waited long enough. I've been out here sacrificing and paying my dues. So
did your time.
And did my time.
How many years you do?
I did 20.
20
years. So, you know, that's kind of how I be looking at this whole picture, you know, and that's why, you know, right now I don't have a car. You know, I don't buy clothes. I don't buy tennis shoes. And, you know, I ain't gonna buy your jewelry. You know,
you became a vegan too.
Yeah, vegan. You know, eat once a day. Sometimes once every other day. You know, according to how I feel. Today I haven't eaten. I'm fasting today.
So I hope we didn't get your contact, man.
It's all good. Yeah. It smelled good.
Yeah, man.
So, you know, as long as it smelled good, it's all good.
It's all good.
Definitely nice, clean, some nice, clean weed, man, for sure.
Yeah, so that's kind of how I've been moving along in this thing, and you know, with the weed business and the movies, the books, and the T-shirts, and you know, all the other little businesses that I got. You know, I got about. One thing my man said, I got about 12 to 16 businesses that I operate. I can't help myself. I see something that looks like it's gonna make some money. I'm gonna put some money into it.
Straight hustling with it. I love it.
Yes.
So what the different weed SKUs you have right now? You got the flower, you got pre-rolls,
vapes, shatter, crumble,
concentrates.
LA Kings.
I'm working on edibles right now. I'm also coming out with a Delta 8, with a Delta 8 brand that we're gonna launch. It's gonna come out in 30. I think they say 36,000 7-Elevens around the country.
That's so much money in Delta 8 right now. We just dropped Delta 8 in these hookah pens, man. These are we dropped Birkin's Delta 8 and then these Birkin hookah pens available at all Smoke Worlds. We got 15 different flavors.
You see that? Yeah.
Hey man, I ain't got this flavor, man. Give me this.
I didn't give you that icy blueberry yet.
Give me this. Give me this, man.
I give you the icy blueberry. I get you straight.
See how my partner did me up? I thought this was a dummy. I ain't think this was
yeah, man. Come on, man. This one loaded up too.
Ain't no dummies, huh?
No, this one loaded up too.
Hey, you get a dummy, get him out of here. Hey, you got a dummy, get him out of here. We don't want no dummies.
No fugazi. No fugazi. So
so I'm gonna do the
CBD,
Delta 9. I'm gonna do the Delta 8, Delta 9, the vapes. I'm gonna do the edibles. You know, I'm just all over the place, man. I told you I want to win this game, man.
Man, you got to cover all the markets.
I want to be at the top, so I take them Delta 8 money, put it in with the weed, and then when the weed start rolling, I put the weed in with the Delta 8, and then I take a little money out the trucking company and say, well, we're gonna loan a little money to the weed company,
and then buy some Bitcoin to do this or do that, man. You doing anything in that space with the Bitcoin?
I haven't, man.
Okay. NFTs,
slipping.
anything like that?
I'm working on NFTs right now. I like the NFTs. Because I think I got the concept for the NFTs.
And you got the content, man. Shit.
Yeah, but the Bitcoin, every time I get ready to do Bitcoin, something drastic happens, you know, like the price fall.
Right.
I mean, it's down now, but it's a good time to buy because it's down. Because, I mean, it will go back up.
Where's that now?
Like 20-something. It's like at 20. It used to be at like 40 and 60.
No, it was 60. I remember
so
60. But you know what? I remember went down to 35. My boy told me to buy. One of my boys out of New Jersey, he told me, he said, buy, man. It was $6,000. And
imagine that.
I didn't buy, and it dropped down to $3,500. I was like, damn, I'm glad I didn't buy. And then that shit shot back up, man, to $60,000. I was like, ooh, I wish I would have bought.
Right.
Better than dope. That shit was better than dope.
Way better.
Yeah. I met a couple people, man, that got filthy rich off of Bitcoin. But it just don't seem like hustling to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it kind of seems almost like lottery-ish.
Like gambling or something like that.
Yeah. Like I never played the lottery.
Right.
You know, and that's because I don't want to win my riches. I want to earn my riches.
Right.
Because the way I look at it, this is like a way for you to show your wits. You know, show who is really on top of their game.
Mm-hmm.
You know. It's like a running back, you know. You a running back, you never got in the game, but they gave you 1,000 yards for the year.
Right.
You're like, that shit ain't really mine. You know? Like, that shit is fake. So, I feel like that if I won the lottery, you know, if I won the lottery, I may get $100 million or whatever it is, you know. But I really didn't make that shit. You know, I really didn't earn it. You know.
I feel you. If I win $100 million, I'm out of here. I'm out of here.
I don't even want to win $100 million.
I wouldn't even want to be in the public eye no more.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I'm gonna disappear too.
I'd be retired.
When I get my money up, I'm gonna disappear. You know,
I'd keep DJing for Luda though. That's a fun job. I'd keep that. It's a fun show. Everything else, peace. I wouldn't leave my partner though. We still do the podcast. We just.
Man, you heard what he said. He wasn't leaving Luda. He said, "Smoke with me" was out of here, man.
Nah, I said I wouldn't leave you neither,
I'm looking
bro.
for a new co-host, man. After he hit that $100 million, I'm looking for a new co-host, man.
Ooh.
I thought we was gonna get $100 million.
You better not start hanging with me because I'm chasing it. I'm chasing it.
Right.
I'm on it, boy.
What you think about Biden's announcement, man? What you think about it?
I mean, it's really fluff, you know.
Yeah.
Because what he said, he's going to get the guys out for basic possession, you know, like
federal.
They ain't in federal jail, no way. I think in the feds, you got to have like 300 pounds, you know.
I think it's 1,000. I think it's 1,000. 1,000 might be that.
Yeah,
minimum.
I used to know all the numbers, but you know, I don't really know. But I know it's a big number.
Right.
It wasn't a simple.
It ain't
possession.
No possession.
No. So but nobody's in there for simple possession. So it really was just lip service. If he wanted to do something, he should have just said, you know what, weed is legal in over 35 states in this country, and the majority of the people in the country want weed to be legal. Everybody in there for weed. You know, if you didn't have no violence inside your jacket, something like that.
Right.
You know.
But everybody thought with that announcement like it was some big thing, like everybody was posting it, and they didn't really understand the vocabulary he used on that. It really was nothing.
Right.
And
a lot of people miss that.
What will be nice though is when they take it off Schedule 2. I mean Schedule 1.
Mm-hmm.
That way we can start using the banking system.
Yeah.
Quit shutting down my banks. They've been shutting down my banks. I ain't got no banks now because they keep shutting my shit down.
We've been shut down once.
Yeah, we have been.
What happened?
We've been shut down one time.
Why y'all shut me down? You put a whole lot of money in here. You put a whole lot of money.
We don't have to disclose why we shut you down, but here you go. Here's your
money back.
Here's your check. We're sending you a check.
Right.
You'll get it in 14 business days.
No, they told me I can come pick mine up. I went right down there and got it.
Right.
Whoop.
We told us 14 business days.
Yeah.
That's a month.
It's crazy.
Well, I've been kicked out of Bank America, Wells Fargo, USA. I don't know about 3 other ones. They kick a motherfucker right out. It is what it is.
Right.
Hopefully they take it off that Schedule 1 and then we can start using the banking system, start using credit cards. Because they say when the credit cards jump off in the dispensaries, they say it go crazy.
Yep.
So they be clocking.
Right.
So hopefully,
but you can't use a credit card right now.
No. And I'm gonna do the delivery.
There's some solutions coming. There's some solutions coming for that though.
I'm gonna do the delivery service. I'm gonna come with the freeway delivery, because when you win the dispensary, you get the micro, the grow, the distro, the delivery, and the manufacturing. So I'm gonna have a full time job now. I've been on the job all my life. I ain't never had a job, but I got one now.
Got one now.
Be like a Jamaican with all them jobs in the cannabis industry. It's like 10 jobs.
Facts.
Yeah. So, just out here, man. Just really trying to make a difference and show the youngsters that they can. That we don't have to settle for less. That we can go for the whole banana.
Right.
You can have the whole banana if you just put your mind to it, and that's pretty much what I did, man. When I was in prison, I looked out at the world and I tried to figure out where could I win at, what would be advantages for me. One of my advantages that I felt while I was there was that I could read. I read over 300 books. I don't know how many newspapers, but I educated myself, and just about ready now to start showing what I read and how I interpret what I read and how I'm taking those things and putting them to work.
Right.
Matter of fact, we got a fight coming up this month on the 20th. One of my guys, Kid Austin, will be fighting on Golden Boys on the 20th in Palm Springs. So.
Yeah, man, plug it.
If you ain't got nothing to do, come out to the fight. Kid Austin is a bad young boy, 19 years old.
What weight class?
130.
130.
130, 135. He goes up and down. He can fight either one, So if y'all ain't doing nothing, come and check out Kid Austin.
Check him out.
We just got a knockout Saturday in San Antonio with the champ, Vashawn the Champ, the chosen one on Instagram, and then my man Anthony Peterson, who is here in LA right now, training, working out, getting ready for a major one too. Maybe he might be fighting in Philadelphia on Showtime.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I feel like these youngsters, man, this generation with Instagram and this PPE money and all that, like
PP money gone.
PP money's gone.
But they touched
over.
it.
That's over. They don't remember.
Yeah.
That should been gone a year.
They touched it and it's gone.
They thought they had a plan and knew what to do.
They drove the price of weed through the roof with that PPP money, man.
Right.
You ain't lying, OG.
Pounds was $4,000, $3,200,
maybe 6,000, maybe 6,500 back then.
Like, damn, why the price is so high?
Because they had it.
They was running with that PPP money. Now they white around the mouth. They selling their watches, their chains,
and they
car broke down.
They robbing motherfuckers broad daylight at restaurants in LA.
Yeah.
So my question behind that though was like, I feel like in your era, in your day, like it was everybody had a work ethic. You know what I mean? You had to have that work ethic.
Not everybody.
No?
We had some bums.
Yeah.
You know what Dolph said? If they don't work, they'll leech. So we had some leeches too.
Just around for
For the ride.
For the ride.
Yeah. Whatever you leave on the table, I'll eat it. You know, I'll rake the crumbs up. It don't matter. You know, I ain't no crumb snatcher. I always wanted my own. You give me the whole pie, I'll cut it.
Right.
I'll cut it. I'll give out the slices.
Do it yourself. Exactly.
You know, you somebody else cutting the pie, you be like, man, shut up.
Right.
Be thankful for what you get.
Let me ask you, what moment in your life was you was like, yo, I really did that. Like I accomplished this.
I haven't done that really
You
yet.
haven't got there yet.
I kind of, you'd be like, yeah, that was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But this shit I'm doing right now is like, oh my God, this shit gonna be epic.
Right.
You know, like, fuck, ain't nobody never did this before.
Right.
You know, you're gonna be the first.
Groundbreaking.
Groundbreaking.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I'm just excited about, being me right now at doing this time, being alive, and to be able to run these plays, and then nobody, it almost looks as if nobody see it. I'm like, y'all can't see this motherfucking elephant standing right there, Maybe I'm high, I've been eating them edibles, so,
Yeah, I fuck with the edibles
I
heavy.
fucks with them edibles.
But the edibles is the one. I like the edibles because they're so inexpensive.
Right.
Yeah.
You could get you a bag of edibles
And be high for about 6 hours, 5 hours.
It'll be good.
all night.
Yeah.
The other night I got some, man. I went over to Gorilla RX and I was looking for some because I'm vegan, so I had to get vegan edibles. So she turned me on to some 100 milligrams, man. I took one of them motherfuckers. I thought I was gonna die. I was like,
It was on there.
oh my God.
You got a crazy edible story for us, man? When you just took too many edibles?
I done did that twice. One time,
That trip is
when I
crazy.
went to San Bernardino the first time.
Okay.
And I come home and they gave me them popsicles. Lollipop, candy bars, all kind of stuff they done make. And I ain't never had an edible before.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Oh yeah, you was.
When I'm
you was
eating it, I'm
high as
like, oh,
shit.
this shit,
when it was gonna hit, you just kept
this shit
eating.
ain't did nothing.
Yeah.
Like, give me another one of them. So when I get home though, a motherfucker stuck. I was laying in the bed, man. I'm like, man, who the director? I'm feeling like my life was a movie, right?
Wow.
The director and the fucking writer done forgot the script. They don't know what they doing. They ain't wrote the...
Hell no.
Man, finish writing this shit, so
You was in the movie for real.
Man, I was asking my brother, man, what we supposed to do tomorrow?
What scenes they got me in tomorrow?
They was like, motherfucker, you the one call all the shots. Oh man, that was a cold one, and that's almost what happened the other night. I did the same thing.
What happened the other night?
Almost a similar thing. I took one of them 100 milligrams, and
Hold on. The whole bag is normally 100 milligrams.
No, they got
one
some,
piece is 100 milligrams.
They got some pieces at Gorilla RX right now. I don't know where they come from. I mean, I only took 2 so far. I don't want to feel like that. I don't want to feel stuck, man. You're sitting in a room and you just looking at the room.
Yeah, 100 milligrams that had my whole day shut down. It actually happened before. I was on a photo shoot at Hardin in Las Vegas. He's talking shit to the coworkers, talking about my tolerance is low, it ain't shit. And I had this juice called
The sips.
Called the sips, and it's 100 milligrams, but it's about this big. And instead of reading the bottle saying like take the cap full, I took the whole thing.
Wow.
So then 20 minutes later, we're doing the photo shoot, all of a sudden, I was like, time out. I told the camera down, like, put the camera down, hold on. I was like, we gotta shut this down.
Something ain't right.
Something ain't right. And all of a sudden I had to sit down, and then it just hit me. I'm like, yo, I'm too high. I was like, yo, I'm back to the hotel. Like and this was like around 5 o'clock. Gee, I didn't do shit till the next day, bro. I didn't wake up till like 11 the next day. From like 6 o'clock, I was
I'm
that
sitting there
blown.
looking out the window like
100 milligrams
like
down.
this time I'm gonna spend the rest of my life in this fucking room looking out this window.
This is what it's gonna be like.
Couldn't even move.
This was
couldn't
just
move,
stuck.
Like when this shit gonna end? You be wanting your high to come down.
Yeah.
When you be stuck like that, you be like,
Trying to do everything in your power, right?
Please get this shit off me.
Trying to drink water, trying to do all kinds of shit.
Take a shower.
Yeah.
I wish I could go home tonight and take me one, but I'm scared.
Nigga said, fuck that.
I might need to try one of those, man. That sound like edibles I need to try.
I don't need to try one of those. I'll be out.
Crazy.
I'll be laid out.
Crazy. That 100 milligram is crazy. Don't do it.
I'll be laid the fuck
Put your seatbelt on. Put your seatbelt on if you do it, man.
Yeah. But that's about it, man. You know, I'm just out here, man, trying to set a tone, because I believe that our young people need somebody to set a tone to, so that they can say, you know what, if he did it, I can do it.
Yep.
And that's my goal, man. That's what I'm on right now.
So who's making LA look good right now besides you, man? Like, is it anybody you like? Think LA is making LA look good right now?
In the cannabis industry,
yeah.
you know Tyson. I think Tyson is probably the biggest black brand that we got right now. What's the name was doing pretty good at one time? What's his name? The basketball player? I can't think of his name right now. Viola.
Yeah. We just had Al on.
Al was doing good at one time. I haven't been seeing his brand. Well, I don't go to many stores like I used to.
Right.
But I haven't been seeing his brand.
Al's still shaking shit up. We just had Al on the show, man.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got Brian from Black Star Farms. You know, he's growing some pretty good weed.
We need to get you on here, man. I don't know who Brian is yet, man.
I can hook you up with Brian.
Yeah,
and you know, you
Brian
got Virgil Grant too. You know, Virgil Grant got 3 stores here in L.A.
Light skinned cat, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Shout out to Virgil.
I need Virgil on here too, man.
Virgil was one of the guys who started Social Equity.
Yeah.
You know. Bo Money, you need Bo Money too. You know, Bo Money is.
I don't know who that is.
It's a female. She doing a little bit, and then around the country, man. Whew, them boys in Arkansas, man, they still getting $3,000 a pound, man.
Damn. Sheesh.
Yeah, man.
All right, take a trip down to Arkansas.
Hey, I'll be done put the word out on it. They look up their town be flooded. They be pulling in with diesels now. $3,000 a pound. I'm selling this shit for $200.
For real.
$100.
They about to close down. They heard that.
We saw some $100 pounds, man.
Nah, I believe it, man. Shit, it's ugly out here in Cali right now.
How low
man.
can it go?
Well, right now they playing limbo, so you know it get lower and lower till they just can't get no lower.
Well, you know, my man was saying, right, that on the same land that they grow a weed tree, dude can grow an almond tree, and the almonds is only gonna sell for $8 a pound, $10 a pound. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now, you gonna take a pound of weed that grow on that same land that you grew the almonds on, and you gonna get $2,000.
Right.
You know, it's a lot of profit up in there. It's a lot of fat. So they trimming that fat off now. That fat's starting to fall. You know, just
cannibalizing ourselves, man. Everybody going too low, man. Like, but what it is doing is getting all these soccer moms and all these other people who shouldn't have been in the cannabis industry anyway out the way. So I do feel like, you know, like it is tough times right now for sure in California, but it's
not just California, all around the country.
Yeah, I mean, we're in a recession.
Everybody's feeling it.
Yeah, we're in a recession. I'm talking about specifically cannabis, like in California, like, you know, it's getting a lot of people out of the way who didn't need to be in the industry anyway.
I agree. Clean it up.
Yep.
I just got to get my money up so I can start buying this shit while they selling.
True funny.
For sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
This is the time to buy.
It's the time to
buy.
Buy, Mortimer, buy. For sure, man.
Yeah, man. Is there anything you want to shout out, Rick? Anything you want to,
man, just
let people to know, what to tune in for?
Y'all check out my brands. You know, LA Kingpin, Freeway. Both of them. I'm coming out with a new brand too. Also, I'm working on that right now with my man Bird up in Modesto.
Nice.
Check out my fighters. You know, Kid Austin next week. Golden Boy, Palm Springs. Vashawn the Champ. out of San Antonio, Anthony Peterson, right now here in L.A. Check them out. Be on the lookout for the movie. If you ain't read my book, you slipping.
Yeah, read the book, man.
Get
some
book.
game, man. Get some game about yourself, man. Get some game about yourself. Read the book.
I wrote that book for you. I wrote that book for you, man. When I was in prison with a life sentence, I thought about you. I said you needed this game. I wrote it for you. But don't go to Amazon to get it. Go to my website. I got my own website, freewayrickyross.com, and check out all my other properties on there. Also, you can get the T-shirts. The Real Rick Ross is not a rapper. Ain't out right now, but I'm finna restart back reprinting because y'all keep asking for it.
Ooh-wee.
Also, got a few other things.
Give it all to them.
I got another website that I'm building, and with this website, we're gonna have a rap contest.
Ooh.
So we're gonna do a rap contest where we're gonna give somebody a whole lot of money. I don't want to say how much yet because I don't want nobody biting. You know how they is. You know, these biters, they bite. They
bite you quick.
You need to come back on and pub that and talk about that next time we have you on.
Anytime,
when you do
bro.
that contest, you know what I mean?
We can do that.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Especially, you know, in the A where all the artists is at anyway, you know what I mean?
Yes, no doubt. So that's pretty much it, man. I wish everybody happy times and get your money.
Believe that, man. Listen, Rick, man,
it's yours.
We appreciate you. Definitely appreciate you.
I believe in you. Man. I believe in you.
You know what I mean? This platform is for us, you know what I'm saying?
I believe in you.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If don't nobody else believe in you, I do.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. You know what it is, man? It's your boy DJ Infamous and my partner
Wolf of Weed Street, man. Another episode, Smoke With Me podcast.
Till next time, we out of here.
Peace.